Hi, my dear students. So, in the last class, we have discussed the chemical properties of alcohols under three categories. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the manufacture process of the commercially important alcohols. That is, first alcohol is methanol and the next one is ethanol. So, methanol is the first member of the alcohol. The molecular formula is CH3OH. You know all these things. So, this methanol is manufactured by the water gas, by using water gas. So, water gas, we know the composition of water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas is called as water gas. So, the catalytical hydrogenation or catalytical reduction of the water gas forms methanol. So, the catalyst used here is the zinc oxide and chromium trioxide is used as a catalyst, and we have to maintain the temperature. The temperature is very important and the pressure is also very important. See the reaction. This is carbon monoxide and a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is called as water gas. The water gas at a pressure of around 200 atmospheric pressure and a temperature of about 573 Kelvin, nearly to 300 degrees Celsius, in presence of zinc oxide and chromium trioxide forms methanol. So, the methanol is poisonous in nature. The methanol is poisonous in nature and it is also called as wood alcohol. It is also called as wood alcohol. Why it is called as wood alcohol means it is obtained by the dry destructive distillation. It is obtained by the dry destructive distillation of wood. Is obtained by the dry destructive distillation of wood. Therefore, methanol is called as wood alcohol. The next alcohol is ethanol. Ethanol commercially is manufactured from the molasses. So, the molasses means it is the dark brown colored syrupy liquid left out after the crystallization of sugar from the sugarcane juice. That means molasses ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಕ್ಕರೆನ ನಾವು ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 50% ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸಿರಪಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ, ಅಂದರೆ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಸಿರಪಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಮೊಲಾಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಮೊಲಾಸಿಸ್ಸಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈಥೈಲ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಥೈಲ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೊಲಾಸಿಸ್. ಮೊಲಾಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಸಿರಪಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ left out after the crystallization of sugar from the sugarcane juice. Ethyl alcohol is also called as grain alcohol because it is obtained from the grains, that is barley, or it can obtain from the sugarcane, or can be obtained from the beetroot or anything else. Those which are rich in starch, from that materials they can able to synthesize or manufacture the ethyl alcohol. The manufacture of ethyl alcohol from molasses involves certain steps. Let's see the steps, and before going to the manufacture process, the manufacture process involves a process called as fermentation. ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್, ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಆಯಿತಾ. ನಾವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಇಂಟು ಕರ್ಡ್, ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸಾ ಆರ್ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟರ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಫರ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಬಯೋಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲರ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. Conversion of larger substances into simpler substances by the action of microorganisms. By the action of microorganisms. See, conversion of milk into curd involves lactobacillus bacteria. In the same way, here for the manufacture of ethyl alcohol from molasses, it involves an organism, that is yeast cells. What we use in the bakeries, baker's yeast. Yeast cells are used. The biological name of yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So, this microorganism is involved in the process. So this microorganism secretes or produces the enzymes, and these enzymes acts on the sugar molecule or sucrose molecule and then converting into ethyl alcohol. See, the first fermentation means it is a process which involves the conversion or breaking up of larger substances into simpler substances by the action of microorganisms. As it comes to the molasses, molasses is rich in sucrose. Molasses is rich in sucrose. Sucrose is a disaccharide. Sucrose is a disaccharide. Disaccharide. Saccharide means sugar unit. Di means 2. Sucrose is a disaccharide which is composed of glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. The sugar what we eat or what you consume is of sucrose. Sucrose is made up of 2 monosaccharide units, that is, one is glucose, another one is fructose. Therefore, sucrose is a disaccharide of molecular formula C12H22O11, which is present in the molasses. This yeast cells produces the enzymes, 2 enzymes, invertase and the zymase, and these 2 enzymes play a very important role in the conversion of the sucrose into ethyl alcohol. Sucrose into ethyl alcohol. And how it happens? What are the steps involved in this conversion? We are going to study now. Let's see. The first step is dilution. First step is dilution. Dilution of molasses. Molasses means it is a dark brown colored syrupy liquid left out after the crystallization of sugar from the sugarcane juice. The first step is dilution. Consider or imagine we have around 100 liters of molasses. I have to dilute first. Dilution is very important step. It is a first step, and we have to diluting the molasses in the ratio of 1:10. That means we have 100 liters of molasses, means I am diluting to 10 times by using water. That is 100, and we am adding again around 10 times of water to it, and I am making diluted molasses. After dilution, next step is adding up of ammonium sulfate and ammonium phosphate salts. These are the salts which are help to grow or which are helps to for the yeast cells to grow up faster. So the second step is adding up of ammonium sulfate and ammonium phosphate as salts for the growing purpose of yeast cells. Third step is adding up of yeast cells, and the fourth step is we have to maintain the optimum temperature. Optimum temperature is a very important condition for the growth of microorganisms. For any microorganisms, the optimum temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius, 30 to 37, 35 to 37. It depends on particular process. So here the optimum temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. That means the yeast cells shows maximum activity at this temperature, 37 degree Celsius, and maintain acidic pH. We have to maintain the pH. The pH should be acidic. The acidic pH is responsible for the growth of yeast cells. So that is 4.5 to 5.4. The pH is required for the growth of yeast cells. The pH is maintained by the addition of dilute sulfuric acid. So these are the steps which are involved in the conversion of molasses into ethyl alcohol. The first step is dilution. Second step is adding up of ammonium sulfate and ammonium phosphate salts, which serves as a food or which helps in the growth of yeast cells. Third step is adding up of yeast cells. Fourth step is we have to maintain the temperature. Optimum temperature is 37 degree Celsius or 308 Kelvin, and we have to maintain the pH. Acidic pH, that is 4.5 to 5.4 by adding dilute sulfuric acid, and the whole mixture and the whole reaction mixture is kept for 2 to 3 days in a dark condition and left for anaerobic fermentation. left for anaerobic fermentation. So we have studied the aerobic fermentation and anaerobic fermentation. Aerobic means in presence of oxygen, anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen the fermentation process is going to carry out. Remember, the anaerobic fermentation means the fermentation is in the absence of oxygen. So, and the reaction mixture is kept for 2 to 3 days, the fermentation has occurred and the yeast cells produces these two enzymes, that is invertase and zymase. So, we know that enzymes are biochemical catalyst. Enzymes are biochemical catalyst. Bio means living system, chemical, they are chemical in nature, and catalyst. Catalyst means a chemical substance which increases the rate of chemical reaction without undergoing any chemical change. Enzymes are called as biochemical catalyst. These catalysts, that is invertase and zymase, are produced by the yeast cells during the fermentation process. Let's see how the chemical reactions takes place. See, the first is sucrose. The molecular formula is C12H22O11. Dilution ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ವಾಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ C12H22O11 plus water in presence of an enzyme invertase. In presence of an enzyme invertase converts into what? A monosaccharide, that is glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose. The molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6 and the molecular formula of the fructose is also C6H12O6. They are functional isomers. They are functional isomers. Glucose contain aldehyde as a functional group and fructose contain ketonic group as a functional group. So, later in the biomolecules chapter, we are going to study in detail about the structures of sucrose, glucose and fructose. So, glucose is a pyranose ring structure form and fructose is a furanose ring structure form. That means glucose exists, other glucose is in pyranose ring form. This is pyranose ring form and fructose is in furanose ring structure. So, this is pyranose and this is furanose. So, here see the sucrose upon dilution means adding up of water in a reaction mixture. After 3 days in a dark condition and anaerobic condition, the enzymes are produced by the yeast cells. Invertase is an enzyme which acts upon sucrose molecule, converting it into glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose having the same molecular formula, but they are functional isomers. Glucose contain aldehydic functional group, fructose contain ketonic functional group. Okay, next it may be a glucose or fructose. The enzyme, the next and second enzyme zymase acts upon these glucose and or fructose, converting into ethyl alcohol, liberating carbon dioxide gas. Liberating carbon dioxide gas. See here C6H12O6. It is a larger substance breaking up into form a simpler substance, simple molecule, that is ethanol. 2 molecules of ethanol is formed with the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. So, we know that fermentation is an exothermic process. Fermentation releases carbon dioxide gas. So, here also fermentation is an exothermic process and releases carbon dioxide gas as a byproduct. So, this is how we are going to manufacture the ethyl alcohol from molasses. Let us revise it once in a simple way. Molasses is a dark brown colored syrupy liquid left out after the crystallization of sugar from the sugarcane juice. The conversion involves the following step. The first step is dilution. We are diluting the molasses in the ratio of 1:10 by volume by adding water. Second step is adding up of ammonium sulfate and ammonium phosphate salts which is responsible for the growth of yeast cells. Third step is adding up of yeast cell. Fourth step is maintaining the optimum temperature of 37 degrees Celsius, which is responsible for the growth of yeast cells in a maximum extent, to a maximum extent. And the last step is we have to maintain the pH, acidic pH for yeast cells, that is between 4.5 to 5.4 by adding dilute sulfuric acid, and the whole reaction mixture is kept for fermentation process for 2 or 3 days in an anaerobic condition. That leads to the following chemical reactions taking place in an reaction mixture. These are the two reactions which are responsible for the conversion of sucrose into ethyl alcohol. The enzymes are invertase and zymase. Here what the alcohol is obtained is called as wort, W-O-R-T, or wash, which is having around 10% of ethyl alcohol. How much percentage? It is 10%. 10% of ethyl alcohol is called as wash or wort. So further purification of ethyl alcohol is done by the distillation process. Distillation of this wort or wash gives a rectified spirit, that is 95.5% of ethyl alcohol and 4.5% of water is called as rectified spirit. But the further distillation, here see 95.5% ethyl alcohol and 4.5% of water, this mixture is called as rectified spirit. But further distillation cannot be done because both the ethyl alcohol and water boils at the same temperature and have the same composition. This is called as azeotropic mixture. ಹಂಗಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ 10% ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ನ ನಾನು 100% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ process of purification of liquids which differs in boiling point of around 20 degree Celsius of difference. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು, ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡು. ಆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನಡುವೆ, ಆ ಎರಡು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನಡುವೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ 20 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಯಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈಗ 10% ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ನ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 10% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 95.5% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 4.5% ಏನಪ್ಪ ವಾಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ 95.5% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲು ಪ್ಲಸ್ 4.5% ವಾಟರ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಈ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್. ಈ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲು, 95.5% ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ 100% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ 100% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇವೆರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಥ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ಸ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಆ್ಯಸೋಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಆ್ಯಸೋಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಬಂದಿರೋದನ್ನ 100% ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓವರ್ ನೈಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಯಿತಾ, ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ, 100% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸು ನಮಗೆ ಸಲ್ಫ್ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಓರೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. 100% ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು manufacture the 100% absolute alcohol from the molasses. Understood? So if you want to revise once means I will revise. See here. Manufacture of ethyl alcohol from molasses involves the steps. There are 5 steps are there. See, dilution, adding up of ammonium sulfate and ammonium phosphate. Third is adding of yeast cells, and fourth is optimum temperature, and fifth one is acidic pH we have to maintain. And the microorganism used is yeast cells. And the enzymes which are produced by the yeast cells are invertase and zymase. Sucrose is a disaccharide composed of 2 monosaccharide units. One is glucose, another one is fructose. Glucose exists in the pyranose form, fructose exists in furanose form. Upon fermentation process of around 2 to 3 days in a dark condition under anaerobic condition, these two reaction takes place. The invertase acts upon sucrose converting into glucose and fructose, and zymase acts upon either glucose or fructose converting into ethyl alcohol, liberating carbon dioxide gas. And the obtained alcohol from this process contains 10% of ethyl alcohol. This is called as wash or wort. Further purification of ethyl alcohol is done by the distillation of what forms a rectified spirit, which is having a composition of 95.5% ethyl alcohol and 4.5% water. But further purification cannot be done alone by distillation. We have to use a dehydrating agent and left for overnight, followed by distillation gives 100% alcohol, that is called as absolute alcohol. So the question, 1 marks question, 2 marks, 3 marks questions will be asked in the previous exams. So name the enzyme which act upon sucrose to convert into glucose and fructose from the molasses process, or name the enzyme which act on glucose to convert into ethyl alcohol. Name the microorganism used in the fermentation process of molasses, that is yeast. So, or explain the manufacture of ethyl alcohol from molasses. From 1 marks to 2 marks, 3 marks, all types of questions may ask from this topic. Okay, thank you.